is it's aggressive. It's definitely a pass attack. I think it's very diverse. I think we do a good job of stretching the field vertically and horizontally, and it's fast tempo and there's a lot of options. So I really like it. It's been fun so far, and it's been easy to grasp.
What's the first week or two of practice been like? Adjusting to new guys and just everything.
Really, it's been great. I think our offense we've made tremendous strides from January to now. It's only been 2 months, and I think we've done a great job of. I think that we're building continuity. I think that we're starting to understand the offense a little bit better. I think that we're playing a little bit faster. We're getting the details better as far as our blocking schemes, our route running. And for me, I'm just trying to focus on chemistry and timing with the receivers. Different guys go different days, rolling with the first and second team. So I try to get the receivers before and after practice. That's been the biggest challenge, but I think the transition into this team and this program has been great so far with the teammates and the team.
How do you jump right into being a leader like you want to be as a QB?
Yeah.
Like you're still a newer guy on the team.
Yeah, that's obviously a new challenge that I had to kind of deal with, but coming in, I just knew for about the first few days or the first week or so, I kind of just laid back and sat in the corner and kind of just observed a little bit. Got used to the guys, and then I started to build relationships off the field first and kind of get to know the receivers and get to know the offensive linemen and just slowly get to know the defense. And then I took the wide receivers. We did a couple route sessions and some film meetings, and I kind of just introduced myself and kind of told them what I'm about. And then I took the offensive linemen out to eat my first or second week here. And ever since then, I think that it's been great. I think it kind of broke the ice a little bit quicker, but it's been great. And the team, I think they do a good job of just allowing me to be myself and lead whenever I need to. But we have a lot of good voices on this team, and I think that I'm definitely one of the leaders of the offense.
Where'd you go to eat?
I took them to Rodizio Grill, and then we went to Round One Bowling.
What did they get to eat? What did they order?
They ordered the all-you-can-eat buffet and a lot of drinks.
How much they hit the pockets? How much they hit the pockets?
Oh man, I can't even tell you all that.
And what's the NIL experience been in Nebraska compared to Texas?
Nebraska is probably hands down one of the best programs in the country for NIL and just name, image, and likeness opportunities. The support and the fan base here, I would say, there's nothing that really compares to this. I'm kind of even surprised and a little bit blown away about how much football is, a big deal around here. But it's been great and it's been fun. I'm kind of at the point now where I'm having to tone down a little bit of some of the opportunities just so I can focus on ball. And right now, the team and spring ball is my focus, and there'll be plenty of opportunities to do social media posts or do some appearances. But yeah, it's been great so far. I would say that the opportunities are just tremendous here at Nebraska.
Football bigger deal here than Texas?
No, football is not a bigger deal, but I would say the NIL opportunities here. I'd just say that the community here is more close-knit and kind of just everyone's kind of more, I would say, everyone's kind of in the knowing. Whereas Texas, Austin, Texas is more spread out. It's a big city. But here in Nebraska, if I go to a restaurant or if I go to, a local high school basketball game or even just going to the gym down the street and try to get some lifts in on the weekend, I'm going to end up getting stopped and having to take pictures and stuff like that. But, it comes with it, and I've really enjoyed it so far. I think the Nebraska fan base is awesome.
This is backtracking a bit, but how tough was the decision, or how close was it when you decided to come here?
Yeah. So honestly, before I went in the portal, nobody really knows this until now. Everyone will know, but I did my research for 2 weeks before I entered my name in the portal. So for about a week or two, I kind of was on the fence of do I stay or do I leave? And then I was like, okay, well, if I leave tomorrow, what do I think will be legitimate options for me to go? And once I saw Nebraska's quarterback, Adrian Martinez, decided to leave, I knew Nebraska would be on the table most likely. And I was kind of just waiting to see what some other teams were going to do, honestly, after the bowl game. And so I put my name in the portal on December 16th. But in my mind, I told Nebraska coaching staff and anybody, all the other teams right away, hey, I'm going to wait until after the bowl game's in, and I'll kind of make a decision that first week of January. And I think I committed January 5th or 6th or 7th, something like that. So everything happened, I think, in the right time and how it was supposed to. But I kind of knew that it was going to be Nebraska or a couple other schools in the end. It came down between Nebraska, OU, and Auburn pretty much.
And what were you looking for in that research you were doing?
Honestly, first and foremost, I was just looking for an opportunity at the quarterback spot, and I was looking for a great offense and a good offensive mind. And the research that I did, honestly, it was just film study, just kind of trying to watch and see what teams around the country have potential and where the good receivers were at. And honestly, I think that we have enough talent and we have plenty of pieces in place here to win ball games and to compete at a high level. And so that's ultimately why I decided to come here. So I would say Whipple's offense partnered with Frost. Frost kind of recruited me at UCF, and honestly, I studied his whole offense back in middle school when he was at Oregon. So I kind of knew what he was about. And then I started to study Whipple's offense and kind of watching Kenny Pickett. And then I turned on Nebraska in 2020 and 21. I saw, we had plenty of receivers here to be successful, and that's kind of what led to my decision. It also helps the fact that my dad grew up with Mickey Joseph, and they met back in college too. So he was recruiting me the whole time. He was calling me every day, trying to get me to commit. So,
are there any specific concepts or things in the Mark Whipple offense that you really like?
Yeah, I say we do a good job at just changing up the formations. We do a lot of condensed. We do a lot of spread sets. We motion guys and just different ways to get to the same plays. What I like about his offense is that it's like NFL-based passing concepts, and I've been very blessed and fortunate I ran the Steve Sarkisian system, which was NFL Alabama style, and I ran Mike Yursich, up beat and zone and that spread, and I also kind of ran the Tom Herman, Urban Meyer offense as well. So honestly, this is my fourth offense in college, and so I've learned a lot of football, but it's just really like photographic memory for me. When he pulls up the concepts or puts it on the board, it's all concepts that I've learned before and I've ran at some point in my playing days, but it's just learning the different terminology and kind of how he coaches it is the main thing.
How's having those receivers, like you said, all the time, how does that help you develop in this system?
I mean, it just gives me the confidence and the continuity. Like, man, I really have faith, and I think that our two deep are really good. I like Trey Palmer. He's been great. Alante Brown has really been stepping up. He's a great route runner. He's a good leader. I like Omar Manning and Xavier Betts, and we got Oliver Martin, and we got Isaiah, who just came in off the transfer. Brody Belt is like a young Wes Welker. I mean, these guys are really good. Not only football players, but they're good route runners. And just seeing my first few weeks here, just kind of watching these guys run routes and then be in the weight room, they're very athletic and very strong as well. So I've been really impressed with these guys, and it's been fun to be around them.
Casey, how do you feel like you practiced individually over the past week and a half?
I would say that spring so far is going better than I expected at this point. Just learning the offense and having the continuity with my receivers. Some days I feel like that I'm kind of like an in-season type of flow. Other days, I definitely can feel like we have a lot of things that we need to work on, a little bit off rhythm. But I would say out of the last 4 or 5 practices, I definitely say 3 or 4 of them have been really, really good. Good enough to play on Saturdays. I think I have a couple periods or a couple throws here and there, which is going to happen in a new offense. For me, I'm just focusing on getting completions, not taking sacks, and being smart with the football. And I think I'm doing a great job of that so far.
Casey, what were the factors for you in feeling like it was time to leave Texas?
Honestly, I think sometimes in life you just feel like that it's time for a new start, and it's time for a change. And I kind of just felt like, I stuck around and I went through 3 different offenses and kind of coaching staffs, and I just felt like that it was time for me to move on. It was a hard decision, but my first few weeks here and now so far, now that I'm in spring ball, I have no regrets about it, and I really love it here. I enjoy the fan base. I enjoy the team. I enjoy that everyone here just loves football, and there's good people in Nebraska and here in Lincoln, and the coaching staff and the people in this organization. I think they're great people with high character, and I couldn't be better with how everything turned out.
You mentioned it, like, to sit behind a guy for 3 years. A lot of guys don't do that anymore. How hard is that?
Yeah, honestly, I think about that every day because I'm getting to go out here and practice and take the first team reps, and I just remember looking back on how I had to sit and wait for 3 years and take the 3rd string and the 4th string and the 2nd team reps. And honestly, I just say that I'm definitely grateful. But I remember my time as a backup at Texas. I just knew if I keep working as hard as I can and try to watch as much film and just prepare when my opportunity would fall in place, I think that everything would work out how it's supposed to. And I'm glad that I'm on the other end sitting and waiting my turn, and I'm definitely excited to be here, and I'm excited to continue to work throughout spring ball and get into the summer and into football.
How often do you get stopped, like on a day or a weekly basis, by fans? A, thanking you for being here, and B, wanting to take the photos and all the rest.
Yeah, so honestly, I'd say if I go somewhere, I'm probably going to get stopped. So when I wake up and I decide to leave my house and go to a restaurant or go out to, I don't know, any public place, I kind of like have to, make sure I'm presentable and have to watch, who I'm with and what I'm saying. But I'd say every time I've left the house, I think so far, other than going to like the gas station, I've been stopped.
What did Adrian tell you about this place? About dealing with the spot?
Yeah, I called him when I was in the portal, honestly, like my first few days in the portal, and he had nothing but great things to say about the program, about the team, and about the state of Nebraska. And he just said it was time for him to move on, and so I kind of understood that. But he said that, there's highs and lows. But honestly, I just came from University of Texas, and I grew up around University of Oklahoma, so I'm kind of used to, the big-time football programs and just being around that type of football and those type of fan bases. And so I'm expecting that there'll be really high times and there'll be really low points. But the main thing is if I can stay calm and kind of just stay within the team and stay true to myself and just be at peace with my preparation and my abilities, I think everything would be all right.
All right.